Let's now get some perspectives on the preparations and also assessments of the readiness of the umpire security agencies ahead of the elections from an observer point of view. I have the co-convener of the Civil Society Election Situation Room, Esther Uzoma. She joins us from Abuja studio. So I'd like to thank you for joining us on the program. Now, ahead of the elections, are there some critical areas of concern for you? This is following, of course, the latest arrangements of the Electoral Commission and security agencies.
Thank you very much. Well, my area of concern, like the convener mentioned, is we're generally concerned about the collation process. It has consistently, appeared to be the weak link in our electoral process. Now, beyond that collation process, you do get a sense from our preliminary work, both in Kogi and Bayelsa situation room. We've been working there leading up to the election, some of our activities, particularly in Bayelsa. It appears that cultism has pervaded that society. The average young person, is aligned to a particular cult. And so you see that it appears it will be another cult war. Okay, I have great concerns about that. And the civil defense commandant who was in our situation room yesterday expressed that fear, right? So ordinarily, we know that there is that area, there's a lot of tension there. And it has been heightened by the activities of the political gladiators. However, we are certain that if the citizens agree, the political class will not have their way. Election is not arms struggle. So my major concern is that fear of violence. What will happen when elections run into the night, and how secure will everybody be?
So exactly, let's look at what is on ground. According to security officials, at least 4 police officers to man each polling unit in Kogi State, for example. Is this sufficient? Plus, INEC is warning against compromise and hate speech. And we also hear that on vote buying, we'll have the EFCC and the ICPC on that. And let's not forget, we hear November the 11th, they'll be signing a pact, the political parties, with regards to peace deals in their capital states, Kogi and, of course, Bayelsa. In your experience, has that pact really achieved anything? And also, with the security measures that are being taken for Kogi and Bayelsa, are you confident that elections will be violent-free?
Well, to the extent that the signing of those pacts are ceremonial and they are symbolic, to the extent that they represent, the position of the state and civil society, which normally, pioneers, anchors the signing of this peace accord. To that extent, it's a welcome development. However, that is an area where the average young man delights in wielding sophisticated weapons. The extent to which that will deter violence is a different question. But we have been through all this before. And we do not want, granted that there's clear evidence that, there can be, violence can erupt. All right? We're asking, let's not, even in the midst of all these glaring tendencies, our position is this: the salvation lies in the hands of the citizens of Bayelsa and Kogi. If they agree that there won't be any violence, there will not be violence, because the politician does not want to die prematurely. You do not see them wielding guns. You don't see them getting high on tramadol or alcohol. They will always seek the vulnerable Nigerian youth. So our message is very clear from the situation.
We're going to talk about...
Be the bullet for the politician.
We'd like to thank you, because we know in the coming days we're going to talk to you on some of these issues as we head to the elections there.